Alright folks, well, we went ahead and made a little adjustment and moved to where there was more visibility. Now this is kind of setting out in the middle a little bit more, which it kind of stands out a little bit more than where it was, but you know, we're almost in mid-October. We got November coming up. This is going to be a perfect rifle spot. We got these big bucks on trail cam. You know, there is you got a nice 40-yard shot with the bow, but come rifle season, anything that comes up this draw is going to be dead rights to the ground blind. So anyway, hopefully luck will be that we'll have a big one, one of these big boys down here in November. Stay tuned. Alright folks, well, this morning it is November 2nd. I am back out here in the ground blind. Just had a pretty close encounter with I think it's the Big 8. I don't know. Rocky's got 3 shooters on trail cam. There's Zeus, there's Small 9, and the Big 8. And he just kind of skirted the area. A spike we call no tail. He came through, and we've been getting pictures in pretty regularly, so that's not a surprise. But man, I just didn't have time to even get any footage of this buck. I got some vacation time. I'm gonna be spending a lot of it probably sitting right here in this blind, trying to get set up on one of these shooters. So anyway, it's gonna be cool this morning till about 9. It's gonna warm up. It's gonna be actually warm for the next few days, but anyway, we're finally starting to get some daylight pictures of these bucks. So hopefully we'll get them moving through here. Well, I'm gonna try and do a little bit of rattling while it's still early. See if I can get one of these bucks to come in here. I'm not gonna do it real hard, just loud enough. They're just in this bottom over here. Folks, well, this is a prime example of how rattling during the rut works like a charm. I no more put the set of black racks down, and here came this small 6-point. I know in this video I referred to it a few times as a small 6-point or a 4-point, but he came in a matter of moments and came into the area. Unfortunately, we're right in a little bit of an open area. He came in and started looking for the bucks that were making the rattling sound, and then moved right off through the area. So if you're setting up, try and do it in a little bit more of thicker cover. That way when a buck comes in to investigate, they don't see any deer in the area, they'll just either get spooked or just move right on through, just like this little guy did. Well, that's how it normally happens. When you least expect it, you'll look up and there will be the buck that you're here to hunt, and that's what happened in this case. I looked up and this beautiful mature buck was looking right at the ground blind. I froze and had to wait until he started to walk again to hit record on the camera. And this mature buck was spooked from the get-go. He kept looking at the ground blind, and my suspicion is that when we were not in the blind, we would put the windows up, and then when we were hunting, those big black holes, I think, was just a big red flag for this deer. I don't know if he had had some encounters with hunters in the past or what the case may be, but did not get the drop on this buck. He had got the drop on me, that is for sure. I'm shook. Oh my gosh. Oh, man, I just had a good encounter with that big 8-point. I looked right out the front of the blind. It's just standing there looking at me. I don't know where it came from or what, but it moved off. It started eating, and I think it knew I was here, because it just never was very comfortable. It never was very comfortable, and we had to stare down for a little while, and I didn't really have a shot on him the whole time he was there. I was just in an awkward position in the blind. I moved around a little bit, finally getting to a point where I was like, thinking about trying to take a shot, and out of nowhere, here comes this collie dog. Just ran the deer off. I can't believe that just happened. Man. I'm shook though. Holy cow. It's a beautiful 8-point. Let's hope we get another chance at. He's not the biggest buck in here, but he's the second biggest one we have on camera. Holy cow. I just looked up and there he was. I didn't hear him. I didn't nothing. Dang, that was crazy. Alright, folks. 6:27, so it's really just now getting technical sunrise. So I'm gonna make this quick. A bit windier, a bit warmer here this morning, but I'm hopeful. Yesterday was kind of a rough hunt. Didn't have a whole lot of things in my favor. So anyway, it's also election day, so I'll probably do a good portion of the morning here, depending on how it plays out, but likely go into town, cast my vote, probably head up to Willard, try and team up with Gary Wells from Bowline, Wyoming. Anyway, so far no deer movement. Like I said, a little bit windy. I'm gonna get quiet here. Definitely see some deer coming through. Stay tuned. Gosh. That is the second time I've seen that big 8-point. I got a glimpse of him, still in the thick, and I think we seen each other at the same time. And he froze and stared at him for a while. Then I thought he left, and then a 4-point steps out. Walks right in front of the blind. They're blowing at each other, grunting. It wasn't a grunt. It's not a real blow either. But he would not come through. He wasn't doing it. I don't know. That deer probably isn't going to be killed from this blind. That's the second time I've had a close encounter with him, and he has been spooky both times. I mean, real spooky coming in front of this blind. I'm surprised he did it yesterday. Holy cow. I didn't get any footage of him either, folks. He was over there to the thick, and I have a tree right in front of where he was. I wasn't real sure what buck he was until that 4-point started walking out. And he stepped out and I could tell he was the 8-point. Folks, that was close. Just needed to walk out just a little bit further. Man, here again today. It is November 16th. It's rifle season here in Southwest Missouri. Yes, I'm on private property. I do have orange on the outside of the blind, on my blind side, so there should be no one else on this property. But so we've had a pretty rough the first 2 mornings of rifle season. Pouring down rain opening day. Wind was blowing hard all day yesterday. Did see a buck and 2 does yesterday, but anyway, here I think this morning I'm gonna try and do a little bit of a rattling sequence. Last time I did, I rattled in that little 6-point here, but I would really like to see. We got 3 shooters that I know of. We got Zeus. It's just a big 9-point. There's a little 9, which isn't that little, and then the big 8 that I've had this encounters with. The second biggest one is the big 8. So I'd like to see one of those guys poke their heads out here real quick. We'll see if we can get him to step out here when we hit the black racks. Do a couple grunt calls, snore wheeze. Deer come in here pretty quick. Oh yeah, I'm sporting the old open side 30-30. The morning's moving along a little bit, but still early. But so far, no deer have been moved through the area at all. I'm shocked. It's the best morning of the season so far. Again, I did have those dogs come through earlier, so that might have affected it, but we're setting all day. Here about noon, the wind's supposed to pick up, so I'm going to check the trail cam and then it'll die back down. But like I said, hopefully here in the next hour and a half, we'll have a big buck down for you, so stay tuned.
Nice 30-30. Booyah.
All right, folks. Well, she is not the biggest or the maturest, but she is healthy and definitely need to meet the freezer. We're big buck hunting today, but we're just talking with the guys earlier about how I think that the doe to buck ratio is so high that the bucks don't have to work so hard to find a doe. So we all were like, let's kill does. So I got one today, and I believe Matt got one here also. So anyway, I'm gonna get her up to the field, get her gutted, get back in the ground blind. Got the little 9 on trail cam pick. So hopefully we'll get her back, get her done in time that I can get back in the ground blind here. So stay tuned with us.
All right, folks. Well, it's still going back at it here. It is 12:49, so definitely getting into those afternoon hours. So I got that doe gutted, taken back up to the field. Matt's got his hanging in the shop. Justin has rethought his plan. Good luck to you, Justin. Hope you get something here tonight, buddy. It'd be a crazy trio if we get one. If you get one this afternoon. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting settled back in for the evening. Hopefully about 3:30 we'll have some bucks come through here. I got my eye on a couple bucks, so I'm not gonna settle for anything. Just anything that comes through here. So anyway, wish me luck. Stay tuned. Sorry about that footage. It just happened so quick. I just look over, and there's Zeus. I think that's Zeus. It's either Zeus or a big another 8 that I've never seen. But it wasn't the big 8, and it wasn't the little 9. I think that was Zeus. The stinking tree was right in front of the camera. But as he turns away, I can see where that impact hit, and it's in there. Oh my gosh. Contact Rocky, I've contact Matt. Help's on the way. I'm going to give him a little bit of time. Really wish I would have had the 30-06 on this one. Holy cow, guys. Man, that was a big buck. I just look out the window and I see nothing but antlers. It was beautiful. Just a beautiful buck. Lord, thank you. Please help us get this deer. It's a monster. It's huge. If this is Zeus, man, he's in the 150s easy. He's a big buck. All right, we're going to give him a little bit of time, wait for the guys to get here. Hopefully next time we come to you, we'll have our hands on this big guy. Stay tuned.
Here we go. We will. He shouldn't have too hard of a time. I don't think he went too far.
We've got a pile of deer to clean tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have a skinning party tonight.
Rather that than here is a failure.
Well, I'll show you my doe here.
So tell me the story. So you're sitting in the blind, and what? You hear crunch, 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 and here he comes?
No. I just
look up, and there he is?
I look up, and I just see antlers, man.
No kidding.
Just big freaking antlers. And I was going to let him come out a little bit further, but then the dog scenario played through my mind, so it just hit him real quick.
Yeah. So
I did not want to give him more time to get away.
Like 2 o'clock, right?
No, it was around 2:30.
2:30?
Yeah.
I just went to text him.
So he just appeared,
He just came out of nowhere, man.
boom, gone. And you're now are you how sure are you that it's the one you were calling Zeus?
I am 95% sure.
Is he a
Unless
10?
No, he's a huge 8-point. I
Okay.
mean, huge.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked okay from the side, but when he turned in that film, I was like, "Whoa!"
He's a big buck, man. He's over 140 easy. He's 150 maybe.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, let's do it. Freaking out until I get my hands on it.
You got a buck.
No.
Come on, Al.
Oh, God, thank you, Jesus. You're kidding me, man. No. Yes. Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh my God. Oh, you got it. I can't believe it. Come on, let's go get the prize. Come on. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, Rocky's gonna freak out.
Give me that. You get over there by that. Get over there by him.
Pick him up, man.
Look how big he is.
Come on, Al. Show him off. Oh, come on now. Boom.
He is a beast.
Jeez. God, he's nice.
Look at the neck on this joker.
Oh, man.
I think he's mad at you.
I think so.
Wow. Thank you, Lord, for this blessing. Thank you, Lord, for good friends. I wish Rocky could be right here for the recovery. He is at work, was not able to get off in time. We could not wait anymore. I'm glad we didn't have to do that in the dark, guys.
Yeah.
For real.
I'm lucky we were both in a position we could get here and get here now.
Well, my nerves are,
Oh, yeah.
I was no help to you whatsoever. I appreciate that.
No, you're fine. That's what we're here for.
This is
He is beautiful. He is a beautiful buck.
This is Zeus for sure. I mean, man.
He's a beautiful buck.
All right, so walk us through what happened.
Well, here's what happened. I came out here the first week of November bow hunting and had an encounter with the number 2, the Big 8. He was the one I was going for today. And number 1 steps out. I mean, out of nowhere. And I've had some bad luck on a few of these hunts with dogs coming in, and I just did not want this shot to get spoiled by any of those dogs. They came in on me first thing at first light this morning too. So I rushed the shot just a little bit, which made me
No, man, you clearly didn't, because that exit is perfect. I mean,
the old 30-30
you can't beat old iron sights.
iron sights, buddy.
Wouldn't that? Is that your dad's gun?
No, I bought that when Kenton started getting into youth season. I don't know though, Matt. What do you think about this guy? I'm just speechless.
Yeah, I would be. I'd be crying right now.
Thank you, Lord.
He's like perfectly symmetrical.
Oh man, he is beautiful. Beautiful animal.
Well, I think that's going to conclude this episode, but I'll tell you what, the story's not over. I just got to reel it in for a second because I'm
Proud of you, bud.
about to
You
freak
earned it.
out. Thanks, guys.